Australia, 1932. A year remembered globally for the Great Depression, but in the Australian outback, something far more bizarre was unfolding. A national crisis, not caused by banks or politics, but by birds. Big, fast, fearless, flightless birds. The emu. This story begins in Western Australia, where returned World War I soldiers had been resettled under a government land development scheme. Many of them had taken up wheat farming, trying to rebuild their lives after the trauma of war. But nature had other plans. That year, roughly 20,000 emus migrated inland from the coast towards farming land, searching for food and water after their natural habitats faced drought conditions. The problem? They found their paradise in human wheat fields. They ate crops, damaged fences, and trampled farmland. The farmers, many of them former soldiers, returned to battle mode. They appealed to the Western Australian government. The government listened. But instead of announcing pest control, they did something far more dramatic. They called in the military. Major GPW Meredith of the Royal Australian Artillery was assigned the task. Armed with Lewis machine guns and supported by troops, the mission was clear: reduce the emu population, protect the wheat farms, restore order. Operation Emu War had officially begun. The troops attempted ambush tactics, mount and gun operations, and targeted machine gun fire strategies. But to everyone's surprise, the outcomes were more comedy than conquest. The emus were agile, unpredictable, and surprisingly intelligent. They split into smaller groups when under fire, making them harder to target. Many shots missed, and when bullets did connect, the birds often survived and ran at full speed. Reports even claimed that emus could sprint up to 50 kilometers per hour, outmaneuvering vehicles across rough terrain. Early operations saw thousands of rounds fired, but only a small number of confirmed emu casualties. The battlefield narrative quickly changed. The hunters had become the hunted, and the enemy unshaken. The press began documenting the absurdity. Newspapers called it the war between man and emu. Public opinion shifted to curiosity, amusement, and disbelief. This was a nation struggling financially, now paying soldiers to fight birds that simply refused to cooperate. The mission was paused, resumed, and eventually abandoned. Final estimates suggested fewer than 1,000 emus had been neutralized despite nearly 10,000 rounds of ammunition. The cost and inefficiency of the operation led to criticism, and the military was officially withdrawn from emu control duties. Perhaps the greatest lesson from this extraordinary chapter in Australian history wasn't about pest control or marksmanship. It was about expectations, strategy, adaptability, and humility. The Great Emu War became one of the most unusual military operations in the world, cementing itself as an Australian legend. A story that still makes historians laugh and storytellers inspired, and a reminder that not all wars are fought against armies. Some are fought against nature, and some are simply unwinnable. If you enjoyed this story, hit subscribe and press the bell. Because history isn't always written in textbooks. Sometimes it's sprinted across wheat fields at 50 kilometers per hour, dodging machine gun fire like a survival expert. The lucky country has seen gold rushes, world wars, and scientific breakthroughs, but nothing quite beats the moment Australia declared war on its national bird neighbor and lost with style.